Are you a corporate trainer and you find it really difficult to engage your audience? You often see them yawning or taking a nap while whenever you're giving a corporate training. Do you feel that you're not able to connect with them and you don't get any questions from their side, or you don't get any answers whenever you ask them anything? Well, that is a clear lack of engagement between the trainer and the trainees. Well, in that case, you can use these three techniques, which is going to help you become a more engaging trainer, no matter whichever field of corporate training you are doing. The first, number one, share your stories and let them share their stories too. Stories act as a visual element. Though even we are speaking it, people can visualize, people can go back to their time and can imagine what the story is about, right? So, whenever you're doing any opening or even in the middle of your session, you can bring in some anecdotes or stories. While you do this, and it brings a visual effect among your audience, you ask your audience to volunteer and come up to share their stories. Now, the question would be, do they feel safe coming up in the front and sharing their stories? Well, that's the trick. You have to make them feel comfortable right from day one, right from the moment one of the session, and you need to create a very safe environment and you need to communicate that it's a very safe environment and they won't feel judged. So, make a very safe environment, communicate it, and ask them to share their stories as well, because a person can connect with other person's story and they will be more empathetic towards you as a trainer as well. So apply this first technique and see how your audience engages really well. Number two, as a corporate trainer, often the number one mistake which we are making right now is we often use slides and we tend to stick in the center of the stage from beginning to the end. Now, this is a very major problem because when you're just sticking to the slides and you're in the center and you're not moving around, this will bring a disconnect among the audience, and the audience's eyes are just centered in one position. This also make them feel bored and bring the yawns, right? So in that scenario, you tend to move around the space quite often among different tables, go and emphasize in certain tables, go and talk to different audiences, point it out, and this is also gonna make their eyes move while they will also be engaged non-verbally. So this is the second technique which you can use to engage your audience. Now, number third. Now, this is also one of my most favorite, and I use this often after or before any kind of break I'm giving during my sessions. Now, this is the energizer which I use often, and this energizer is my favorite. So, what I do is, since most of my audience whom I train is quite young, I would say under 35, has been 90% of my trainees has been there. So, in that case, they love doing flash mobs, or they love doing any kind of dance. It doesn't has to be anything perfect. So what we do is, often as soon as we start the session or as soon as we complete the break, we do a flash mob on any trending song which is there. We just play a video on YouTube and everyone dances up to the spirit, and that brings back the energy. Now, this will also help them connect with you because it will give a very fun impression of you. They will feel that you are very fun, you are cool, and you're not just a very serious trainer. So I often use that, and I use it in every training of mine in addition to other activities which I do. And this is how I engage with my audience very well. The engagement is so good that even after the session ends, we tend to connect on other social media platforms, and we have time and again we have a discussion and people feel comfortable reaching out to me. So these are just few of the things which you can do, and I'll be creating more such videos on such tips around becoming a better corporate trainer, which will help you in your career as a corporate trainer and connecting to your audience.